Some other schools, what they do is they send different representatives down every time to get a feeling of what it's like, and then they have like their president or someone go down every time. And I think that's a great idea. It is a large cost for us because we are so far away. So maybe if we can work on some way of communicating these things outside of going down every time, I think that would be great. But I do think it's a good thing, and I do think we should continue doing it.
Alright, in all honesty, I don't know too much about this. I just know that they advocate for higher education and they're involved in the rallies for higher education. As I'm not educated right now on this, this is not something I can say I have a certain opinion on.
The Student Association of Michigan, SAM, is a great resource for this university to contact face-to-face with all the other 15 public universities. A lot of the ideas that reps had this year came from things that were implemented in other schools. We also get a lot of information, beneficial information from SAM via President's Council. So I think it's a great thing.
Okay. No rebuttals? All right. I'm out of the listed questions, so if anybody has questions, feel free. Go right ahead.
I have a few questions. First, this is for everyone.
This is for everyone?
Okay. Yeah. There's the public relations position. I'm curious how you guys plan on utilizing this position within Asnmu.
Okay, Helena, you're first on that.
Alright, this is not something I've put a lot of thought into, but PR, since our main focus would be communication with the students, I think that position should be someone that has new, innovative, and fresh ideas of ways that we can communicate with the students other than simply Facebook and Twitter. More of things that will allow us to have FaceTime with the students. And that's all I can say for you.
As far as the public relations position goes, I want to make sure that they can do all aspects of the job, including the creation of the posters that we want to do. Because it is $35 to have promotional service do every poster. Additionally, I want them to work closely with the president and the e-board to make sure our message is getting out there to students.
How would I use the PR person? I would like someone that has style. I'd like someone that can not only update the website, make posters, make radio commercials, use the TVs that are on campus. Someone that not only can do that, but knows all the resources around campus to use. We really struggled with that for a while, and I think that putting some time into PR would be a very good idea.
Do you have another question, Chris?
I have a few.
Okay.
My next question is one of the things I've learned my semester on the board is the importance of political action. I'm curious how each of you are planning on becoming active in politics, both on a local and state, and possibly even a federal level.
We do have the External Affairs Committee, which deals with local, state, and national politics. But also, like Drew said, in the vice presidential debates, we want to create the help thing, which is so students can go to our website and email their legislators and tell them how they feel about a certain bill, rather than rallying around something. We also do want to have the lobbying trips down to Lansing to make sure our message is heard.
I think that Sam does a great job of helping us work with the statewide, and we also have, I don't remember the name of it, but there's a national group that Sam has joined that can help us work on the national level. But I gotta be honest, I think that working at Northern is the most important thing right now. We're not a community, we're not bonded. As my vice president said, you know, the art students are in the art building, the science students are in the science building, we're not. I mean, we got 9 people to go down to Sam, or down to Lansing for the rally. I would love to see 50 people go down there. I would love to see Northern become a community before we look outside before we start looking at the state and the national level, focusing on Northern first.
I would actually have to agree with that. I think it's great. I'm all for advocacy and political involvement, but I think for now we need to tackle the issues that are at home, and that is getting people to know what we do and what we can do for them. But to further assess that question, that's something I would have to look into and make sure that it's done in a way that appeals to everyone's ideological stance as well.
Okay. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
As far as local politics go, I have an idea of creating a campus city task force, which would be city officials, university administration, local business owners, and student representation. They get together every month and they just talk about what's working in the city, what's not working, what's happening in the university, and how to fix it. I feel like this would be a great way to increase students' voices on campus and also in the local area.
Okay. Can I ask somebody else, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have questions? Yes.
My question's for Kalina. I know you talked about like fixing the issues that students want and getting their opinions, but what do you personally want to see change to help all of the students on campus?
Okay, what I personally want changed would have to be less focus on the politics, honestly, and focusing more on what Asnmu is and what they can do for you. And that's the way that we can engage the students. And I would really love to have people that would take that extra initiative and truly are in it for the right reasons as representatives. And that's to represent the people that you're there to represent. So I guess that's how I would handle it.
Okay. Yes, Danny.
My message is for Lena as well.
Wait, what? For who?
Lena as well.
Okay.
So I haven't met you before, and I worked with these two guys for a year, and I've known Dustin for a while now. But I was curious as to how you came into ASMU and how you decided that this position is one that you wanted to run for, and to start so high is great. So I guess I want to know where you're coming from, as well as other things that you hope to bring to ASMU. A lot of your answers revolved around stating that you want to make sure students know who we are and what we do, which is great, and I totally agree with that. And I want to see what else you have in store for ASMU.
All right, why I chose to run. Actually, I came into this just yesterday, and it took me that long to muster up the courage to do this. It's something me and Steph have been talking about for a while now, and running for Asnmu is something I've considered for a long time. And with some encouragement from some people, I decided to finally do it, and that's because I'm not the person to sit there and complain all the time. I think you have to be the change, right? And I want to light that candle pretty much. And I haven't thought too much on everything that I want to do. I don't have a clear agenda for you, even though that might sound great. I just came into it, and that's something I can honestly say. But it's something that I want to work on, and that's something I will be working with Steph on this weekend to try and break down. Because now we have the bigger picture, and the details is really what's going to make it work. And so, for now, I can't give you a clear answer, but that's just how I'm going about it.
Okay. Anybody besides Chris? Okay, Chris.
I'm just curious how you guys plan on having board cohesion. One of the big traits of ASMU is the fact that the president does not have a vote and has to work with the board in order to get things passed and accomplished. Alongside board cohesion is learning parliamentary procedure. I know if I had not been a political science major, I would have been clueless my first day. I'm curious how you guys are planning on tackling those issues.
Okay, we're starting that question with Ben.
I'm glad you asked. That's kind of why I like to do meetings every other week and have a project day, so that way people can feel free to talk